Good morning. You ever have such a chaotic week that the chaos just continues into next week? Right before I hit the go live button, the phone rang. But hey, my problems are not your problems, so just keep that in mind. So let me make a couple adjustments, and we'll figure some things out. Good morning. It is September 18th. This year is getting closer. We're almost into the final stretch there. So um So just be aware. It's been an interesting thing. I encourage you to know what I went through last week, what Jeff and I went through last week. I encourage you to go watch Pale Rider's channel, the retired trucker. We talked about it Friday night, and it should be a reality that apparently my internet's not going to work now. It should be a reality that that you should think about whenever dealing with leasing out equipment and choosing drivers to be a part of your team, because there's some real scumbags out there that will take advantage of the situation, and it's something that it's a lesson that will usually, well, are you prepared for that? It's going to happen, right? It's going to happen. I don't care how well you vet the situation. It's going to happen. So how are you prepared for that? Now, the big companies like Schneider and Swift and Prime, they have money. Somebody trashes a truck or a trailer, they can they can pretty much absorb that cost. But let's say that you have an extra truck. Like, let's say I wanted to lease out my truck. And the person is dishonest, and he does what similar to what this driver has done. And next thing you know, I'm dealing with a trash truck. I got to get it towed, or I got to go get it, and it's trashed, and I got to pay those expenses. I can't absorb that. Schneider, Swift, Prime, they can absorb that kind of thing. They probably have 100 spare trucks that they can put in its place. And that's something that you have to think about. Now, for that matter, I think trailers can be the same way, but I'm a little bit braver with the trailer. So, but anyways, so we will not talk about it anymore here. Just go watch the Retired Truckers podcast and go check out what happened. The other bit of news is there's some optimism in the markets right now, especially in the not flatbed. Sorry, I have flatbed on the mind. Reefer and van, flatbed. I'm not sure what that market's doing. I have not been paying attention to it. Only by what I see in 123, the few times that we've looked. But I don't know what the money situation. I do know that the rates are down. I do know that the trends are downward with flatbed. So, but let's see here. Speaking of flatbed, let's show a picture here. Present screen. This is what my truck looks like with a flatbed trailer. So Friday was an interesting day. I had messed up, and I let the APU run the truck out of fuel on the passenger side. So what that does is that puts air in the system. So I called Love's out to prime the system and get the truck started. So the batteries were dead, and I had to get the truck started. Everything's running fine. The APU I still need to get started, but I'm not dealing with that right now. But the truck was running. It did okay. But yeah, I that was the first time I've pulled a spread axle, and that's the first time I've ever pulled a flatbed. But yeah, so I had to do a trailer repo Friday for our carrier, And because the truck that was going to do this had to go home, I wasn't about to make them wait all day for somebody that wasn't communicating. There was the person that was supposed to be bringing the trailer wasn't communicating, and trailer was dropped under. It was in good condition. Luckily. So. But anyways, so that's what I did Friday. So, anyways, the truck's running good. It should be sold Tuesday or Wednesday. Person put a financial hold on it. So, um, next couple of days, I got to get the stickers and the ELD out. So, I will still use the truck for my background. So, because that's what I do. I like that truck. But anyways, so other than that, so we'll see what rates are going to do. We did okay last week dispatch wise, but we've got a few special projects that that we're working on, and so that helps tremendously. And then after next week, man, I have no other options. I've got to make this work. I've got to make this dispatch slash broker slash safety manager thing work. So, anyways, let's do some shout outs. And hope you're enjoying your coffee if you're drinking it. I also did a live feed Saturday on this channel with the guitar, and I made it members only. And I had several, not one, but several complaints, and I made it members only. And I'm trying to do something special for the members. So this whole membership thing is getting kind of screwy with me. So if you want to be a member, cool. If not, cool. I mean, it's. I understand things are tight, so I'm not expecting anything. I was just trying to do something special for the people that are paying for the membership. So, but anyways, WCF Invader, yes, he was in here before the video even started. Let's go, boss. You might have heard my phone conversation. I have a theory on what DIY is up to. I know what DIY is up to, so I'd be interested in hearing your theory on how off you are. Southbound Pack Durham, what's up? Fate Trucking, good morning. CB, what is up? Good morning, everyone, says Shannon Thomas Trucking, who's got an EPU now. Mr. Charles, good morning. Greg Zimmer, good morning, Steve. Pray for DIY this morning. I pray for him every day. Shannon Thomas, he's got the prayers. Tom, what's up? Sorry we couldn't connect yesterday, but it's been kind of weird around here. Gary Bates, what's up? It's a great day. Hope everyone else is feeling the same. There you go. Positive outlook. Please hit the like, says Shannon. Elroy, what's up? Blessed morning to you, Steve. Everyone on the live. Oh, hold on. Been fighting these allergies. I think they're so much worse this year because of what's going on our street. Our street is like a dirt road at this point, and all of our vehicles are dirty, and it's been a mess. Leroy, we'll chat after the video. Make sure everything's on the up and up with you. Just paid $25 per continental breakfast. Never heard of such a thing. Yeah, there's no more free breakfast anymore. And if it is free, then it's worth what you pay for. So, Trucking with T-Bone, what's up? Good morning, Mr. Charles. Good morning. Fate Trucking DIY is the father. Fate. That's an interesting relationship you got there with with DIY. Cents per mile. Good morning. So, anyways, here's what my life is now. I have to master chaos. I can't have calm waters. So it's going to make me a lot stronger. It's things are definitely interesting in my life right now, and because of recent events, I'm so glad to be home. So kudos to you guys out there in the trucks. You know, I truly do appreciate what you do because I know I've done it. So, all right, let's take a look at some low board stuff, shall we? I know I've been kind of inconsistent with the live feeds in the morning, but like I said, I've had the master chaos, and it was crazy. This morning I was getting ready to hit that go live, and all of a sudden the phone rings. I'm like, man, I'm gonna start doing my live feeds at 5 a.m. now. So, all right, got itchy nose. All right, so let's share the screen here. Let's take a look at what's going on around the country when it comes to rates. So let's do van first. Let's take a look at some strategies. Let's see where the hottest rates are and the lowest rates are. California is green. Let's take a. This is for van. Let's take a look at what's coming out of California and what it's paying. You can sort this by either rate or rate per mile. Let's do the rate. If you do the overall rate, it'll give you the big money that's going across the country. Like here we go. We got San Diego going to South Windsor, Connecticut. Picks up today. $6,300, $1.97. And so when you take a look at that, let's say you live in Norwalk, Connecticut. Well, it's got 2 stops: Stratford, Connecticut, or Texas to South Windsor, Connecticut. 12,000 pounds. Maximum temperature 999 degrees. So as long as you can keep that below 999 degrees, I think you're fine. So you look at the mileage. Normal rate's about $1.89. They're slightly above because of the extra stop. So when you look at the return loads, go down here, look at the return loads. Connecticut, California, there's nothing going directly there. Oh, wait, actually, there's one from South Windsor. You're looking at 125-mile deadhead to San Diego. They're paying $1.32. So they're paying at $38.81. So that's about that's the potential to make in 2 runs. So if you sort this by rate per mile, your highest paying loads are going to Vegas. It's like there's quite a bit of those. Arizona, 1,600 for the day for 476 miles. Everything, all the highest paying stuff is going to either Arizona or Vegas. Looking at, there's one New Mexico. So let's take a look at one of these Arizona loads. Because what you want to do is you want to look at the return loads. Let's say you want to go back and forth. So you look at the Arizona and California lane, look at the rates. $1.57, $1.48, $1.47. So you're looking at a bigger hit going in. Sort this by rate per mile. Let's see, I messed it up here. Highest rate per mile is $1.73, so 800 to go back to Escondida, California. Look at $1.40s. You're looking at a dollar. You know, some of these are going for 98 cents. So you just got to be careful with California. It's just like Florida at this point. And then you can also use this inbound feature. So let's see what the highest paying load going into California. Here's Aurora, California, or Colorado to Bakersfield. You're looking at $247 a mile. This is van. That's pretty good. Let's take a look at that. See what's going on with this one. This picks up tomorrow. 2 extra stops. Drop trailer anytime Tuesday or by 6 a.m. Wednesday, ready to pull 14 or 1600. So there you go. That's why. Now you have to really watch yourself on the drop trailer stuff. If it's a drop trailer for pickup, usually you don't have to worry too much, but it's the drop trailer deliveries that you really want to, I try to avoid, because unless you live in an area where you can drop the trailer for the weekend and go home and know that the trailer will be empty Monday if you drop it on Friday, that's not a bad deal. But for the most part, to sit in a truck stop waiting 3 days for your trailer to be empty, that they never pay enough. They never pay that daily rate. So CB says Indiana to Arizona dry van. So let's do see if we can find something. We'll go to find loads here. So all right, sorry. Are we back? I don't know if we're back or not. All right, we should be back. All right, so let's do Indianapolis, Indiana to, let's say, Phoenix. We got this on power only for some reason. Let's do van. Take that out. Apply. All right, let's do for today. Apply. So this is 150 miles from Indy to 150 miles to Phoenix. Not much going on. 3,400 to go from Hebron, Kentucky, 91-mile deadhead to Tolleson, Arizona, which is way above the cargo chief. So exhibit materials. So that's a logistics load. There's some good money in logistics if you can get in on that. Exhibit materials. So so that explains that. And then you got Arcola, Illinois, picking up today at 9 a.m., delivering Wednesday at 3:30. Is that right? Yep, Wednesday. So they're way below what cargo chief is saying. So you need to talk them up a little bit to make that a good daily rate. It's actually still not a bad daily rate, but you're running 1,600 miles. So yeah, I would talk them up quite a bit more. But what are you going to offer them when you do call? You got Terre Haute, Indiana to Phoenix, Arizona. You're looking at rate checks got at 28, cargo chiefs at 27. So, so anyway, so there's your van, CB. Mr. Charles, did I say hi to you? I haven't heard from you in a while, so hope you're doing all right. All right, let's look at the reefer market here. There's your reefer states. Now, reefers picked up, especially in this area. So it is tis the season for the reefer game. Alfalfa, good morning. Sterling, good morning. Weather is cooling, starting to see the leaves change in Oregon. Yes, the East Coast is seeing that as well. Music City Transport, good morning. Mrs. A, yep, I'm back. Your internet has a def issue. Yeah, definitely. I missed notification replay for me. Good morning, Steve. Remember, logistics business is about win some, learn some, right? That is absolutely true. 53 Reefer, Salinas, California to Illinois. All right. Create new search. Salinas, California to, we'll do Chicago. Actually, we can just do the whole state. Hold on. Well, we'll do Chicago because I don't like putting just the states in. Because, like, for example, if I just put Missouri, let's say you want to try to get to Missouri, well, you might deliver Miami, Oklahoma, which is like literally 30 miles from the Missouri border. So, or you could deliver Edwardsville, Illinois, right outside of St. Louis. So I always do like a radius. So we're to make sure that we get pretty decent area of Chicago, of Illinois, we'll do 250 radius of Chicago. Not much on there. A lot of this is going to go to Wisconsin. There's Lodi, California to Conomowoc. Let me see here. Hold on. Let me edit this. I don't think I put in reefer. So that definitely was not a reefer rate. Let's see. Click that, apply. Search. Okay, for today, well, there's only 4 loads going out of from California to Chicago. And they're all going to Wisconsin or Michigan. So let's take a look at this Delroy to Detroit. 4,900. Cargo Chiefs got it at about 55. They're at 205 a mile. 204 a mile, sorry. Let's take a look at the Modesto to DePere, Wisconsin. Picks up at noon today. Delivers at noon on Friday. Is that right? Yep. So this is not a great load, and I'll tell you why. You're going to be on this load for a whole week. 39,000 pounds, so it's not a partial, and they're at $3,000. Now, Cargo Chiefs got it 4,000, almost 4,100. Now, the way you did take this load, though, is if you got really great money going in and you need to get back to Wisconsin. But that Friday delivery, so you're looking at $3,000. Let's say you're an 80-20 company. 3,000 times 0.8. That's 2,400 divided by 5 days. You're looking at $480 gross after your carrier's cut before fuel. Now, if your operation can survive that, then by all means, take that load. But most of the operations I know can't do that, especially in the reefer game. So, agricultural loads in California, mostly contract freight. I know someone doing lettuce out of Salinas making $285 all miles to Chicago. And see, and that's the thing. A lot of these emails that went out, a lot of these lanes that were established under contract or brokered loads that are only going to their preferred carriers, that's where all that freight is. And that's something they have to keep in mind. So in my opinion, that's just my opinion, but if you haven't been working on stuff that gets you off cold calling for loads in the spot market, you're probably definitely struggling right now. In some cases, maybe not maybe not everywhere. You know, Shannon Thomas, she's on some of this project stuff that we got. I've put a couple other drivers on this and they're doing all right. And this is something that we had to develop. This is something that we had to we had to develop this, and we had to give them good service. And lo and behold, freight started coming our way. That's how this game works. So now you can do that without having to sign contracts per se. But think about this. If I own 30 trucks, last thing I want, if I owned all the trucks, is to be fighting brokers for every single load. I'm going to want a deal where I can, go to one broker or one customer and say, "Hey, can you keep my trucks moving?" Then use the spot to get back to that stuff. I mean, that's how these bigger companies are doing it. Now, like trucking is a different foundation. Jeff doesn't own any of the trucks, well, except for one. And so it's up to the drivers. They're dispatching themselves or they're using me, and to keep themselves moving. It's a different kind of way of playing the game. But anyways, that's just my soapbox moment for today. So let's look at Reefer coming out of Wisconsin. Sheboygan to Kansas City. Let's take a look. That used to be a really good lane. Picks up today at 12. No rate posted. Cargo Chiefs got it about 17, 287 a mile. Rate checks at 16. It's been as high as 18 and as low as 14. So all those numbers look good, because you're looking at a day's run, 622 miles, depending on how fast you run. So as long as the times work and you're loaded in a timely fashion, it's a pretty easy trip also. So that's a good run. That's a good lane. So now we'll look at inbound into Wisconsin. Longtown, Missouri. Here we go. So from Missouri to Wisconsin, what are we looking at here? Not quite $2 a mile. That's out of the St. Louis area. 29,000 pounds. So it's not beer. Could be dunnage, but it's not beer. So if you can make 287 one direction and 2 the other, it's been as high as 260 a mile. So what was the mileage on that one? 460 miles. So that's an easy run. So you can pretty much make a lane between Wisconsin and Missouri. A lot of Minnesota to Wisconsin. That's your short stuff. That's what's great about this feature is you can see where all the loads in one state are going, or where everything's coming inbound from. And pretty much this is all short haul stuff. Tennessee, Indiana, Minnesota, Michigan. And outbound, it's going all over the place. Connecticut, Ohio, Pennsylvania. Here's another one, Sheboygan, Kansas City. Hold on, someone's at my door.